So we are telling our kings in advance that when we eventually come out for our rally and our kings think that they can be used again, just like they have been used many times, just as most of them killed Abiola, their son, as they always call him. I'm not about the phone. Emma, dear, our generation, we are not that generation of 1993. We are now a different generation that will not tolerate what you did by not allowing Yoruba people to fully exit. Obashijo Ade, as we heard, also told Yoruba people to continue with one Nigeria and go and vote. We are not going to listen to Alafi. Neither are we going to listen to Oni of Ife, Akaribo, Awujale, Alake, Nigbo, Ubunte Baba Waso, because Gugu Yini, Egbo, Tamparibo, Ki Yoruba Para, Sibito Batele, refuse that. That means a unique interest with Yoruba, Owa, Gegebi, Orilede, Tienshi, or Balilori. So that means that any right, Kokomoli Walori, until Tabagba country, our man any right in Yapada, to the Agbe right in Lower Pada, but Nipa Kabati Jadi Funrali, you have no right to stop any Yoruba people across your state and your community. Tia and Shobalilori. And ever prove me, Emma know anything to impress Tinubu or our governors. There will be a massive chaos. Tell you already. We are preparing for this spiritually, physically, and mentally. But we are using the same media that has never been used before to warn ahead of this day that is coming. We are just waiting for Babakitoye to go ahead and announce the date, and we start shutting down every part of Yoruba land for a massive mega rally that has never been witnessed before. If you are a non-indigent living in Yoruba land, you dare not tell us that you are going for your business. You will not be able to run your business as you are right now. We are taking back our land, and we need to protect it before your business. So you must gear up for that. As soon as a rally is called in Yoruba land, your businesses will be disrupted. Get me, as I say, your businesses will be fully disrupted until our land is fully back on our hands. If you have to prepare for any emergency or move your business slightly back to your state, start thinking of that now. The land doesn't belong to Igbo. Neither does it belong to Hausa people. Don't tell us we are one Nigeria. We are not fucking one Nigeria. We are Yoruba people, and we will do whatever it takes to take that land back to its glory as true Yoruba land. And we will welcome you to continue to live on that land, subject to the rules and the constitution that will then be used to run that land. Don't tell us that we are one Nigeria. Don't come and disturb our business. Fuck you. If you dare us, you can also be affected. We will not just be affecting our Yoruba people that won't be able to run their businesses as well, but you will also be affected. Take this to anywhere, I am telling you in advance. For those of you that are non-Yorubas, this is a big event that is about to start in Yoruba land. Don't misquote me. It's a big event that will lead to the declaration and the final exit of the Yoruba people. How long it will take from when we start, I will not be able to know, subject to what our leaders will decide. But I can tell you, the journey to leave Nigeria by the Yoruba people that are serious this time around. If you think that, we are not serious, I've seen some of you Igbo people. I've read the comments. You bastard that continue to say that we should shut up. I am not talking to the true Biafra that wants to exit. I am talking to the bastard Igbos that think that Yaraba, fuck you. If you dare us, all your businesses will be shut down from the day we come out of the rally. You will not operate your businesses because our life is far better than your business in Yoruba land. If you need to start working towards to move your business to Igbo land, or those of you Hausa, do that now, because we will fucking shut down that whole southwest. It's coming. I can tell you that. They are mad people more than me, but they are telling me to tell you this in advance. There will be a serious fight between we and you, so that our enemies within and outside will know that we are serious Nigeria. To avoid such fight internally, in the past, according to what history has said, there have been many wars between the Yorubas. But Ijatisi is to make sure that history will never forget us, that we took ourselves out of the fake union called Nigeria. And if we need to fight each other on that reason, we are prepared for that. Evidence has already pointed that this is not the first time that Tinubu has always destroyed every group within Yoruba land. He destroyed Afenifere, he has destroyed Nadeko, he has destroyed many organizations that has been set up within Yoruba land. Even many people confirm such. So Tabaniwo invaded your state when Duponitiri decided to tell those that are the followers, we want to declare Yoruba nation. That is Tinubu's agenda. Tinubu drafted in Duponitiri into the movement to destabilize and destroy. That is the reason why in 2022, the Yoruba people could have had a chance to witness what I would have called a declaration of Yoruba nation. I can tell you this now. A declaration of Yoruba nation was ready in 2022. That information got to Tinubu, and Duponitiri decided to invade the Oyo State Secretariat. Some of those that were arrested are still in Agodi prison, while one or two of them, from information, have died in that prison. Duponitiri herself is still not yet declared as a wanted as of today by the same federal government under President Tinubu. But Tinubu still refused to lift the wanted that Fulani man, Buhari, lead to Igbo's death, that they wanted to kill him, because they were ready to kill Igbo on the 1st of July 2021. Igbo survived because his time has not yet come for death to take him out. But unfortunately, we lost two sons of Yoruba, Alhaji Fatai and Alhaji Adogon. Even though Tinubu is in power today, Tinubu has still not allowed the bodies to be returned to the family for a full burial. Tinubu has not yet allowed Igbo's account, and I say account, not one account, not two, not three, not four. The smallest money in Igbo's account is 125 million naira. And as I speak to you, all these accounts are still shut down since 2021, when the former DSS and the former Attorney General Malami requested that they shut down all Igbo's account. And Afunaya, the Igbo man that was the DSS spokesman, presented Igbo as a terrorist and declared him wanted. But I can tell you officially today that after a thorough investigation by the European Union, with the evidence with me, they've confirmed that Igbo is not a terrorist, neither is he a criminal, and that is why the German government have not done anything to warrant his arrest, because he has not killed an ant, he has not destroyed Nigeria. Rather, Nigeria has killed millions of his people, and likewise, Nigeria destroyed Igbo's properties and killed two Yoruba people, and also took many to Abuja for many months until we fought hard to make sure that no Yoruba son or daughter will be in the custody. We did that. There are many people today wondering why Igbo is free to travel. He's been to London. If you are a wanted, you will not get through the border of United Kingdom. I have been to the airport not once, not twice, not three, to welcome Igbo back to London, that he has been traveling before Yoruba nation. Igbo will continue to enjoy the privilege from a very great man that I will continue to appreciate all the time. The man that knows and understands that what Igbo was fighting for, he has already experienced such before in the past, and that is nobody else but the president of a very beautiful country, a country that has given us our rights far better than the monsters called Nigeria. I'm talking about a country that has been declared that 2025 is among the 25 countries that people have been told to visit. A country that is less than 13 million in population, but they have 24 hours constant electricity, the road network is good, the security is good, far better than Nigeria. We are grateful to this country that has tolerated Babakitoye and Igbo to live freely without any inch of any sort of questioning. So we are grateful to President Patrick Talon that, as much as I have been told from my last visit to Cotonou that there was a lot of imminent pressure coming from the Fulanese to release Igbo back to them, Talon stood his ground and asked for evidence that proved that Igbo is a criminal. They presented some evidence, but after a thorough investigation in those evidence, President Talon knew, just as anyone, that Igbo was in serious danger and it needs to be protected. These are facts that have just come out after my first visit to Africa in January. I was told with evidence that there was imminent pressure coming from the state actor, from Sultan of Sokoto to Buhari and many Fulanese, that Igbo must be released back to them. But President Talon says he dared not do so because to point me criminal name Sunday Igbo. Buratai, as at the time, was the ambassador to Benin Republic, another strategy by the Fulanese. That failed. Igbo confirmed to me that Buratai came to the prison with an open blank check that he should withdraw from Yoruba nation and pay how much he wants on that check. Buratai did not know the kind of person Igbo is. And Igbo said to him, "You are a Fulani man. You've never heard of this before. There was a serious conversation going on in the facility that Igboho was kept when this visitation came through. Igboho said to Buratai, you want me to stop what I am doing to save Yoruba people so that your Fulani clan can kill my people. Buratai said he's not a Fulani man, and that is not the agenda. Igboho said that has always been the agenda, and you are a Fulani man. Those within the prison facility that was sent, and also a representative, this is an exclusive that you've never heard before. There was someone that was sent by President Talon to witness that visitation. And this goes to those of you that always say Igboho has been paid off, just to clear the air on that. Igboho state to Buratai, that is a pistol being held by one of the prison guard. We are only few of us here. Kill me with this pistol and pay this once off and return back with my body to Abuja. But Igboho refused to back down even while in the custody of the Benin Republic government. That message was relayed back to President Talon. And that is one of the reasons why Igboho is still enjoying his freedom, because he proved himself that money was not the reason why he was fighting for his people. President Talon confirmed during one-on-one conversation with Igboho after Igboho's mother died. You've never heard about this again before. President Talon now requested, prior before Igboho's mother died, that Igboho should be removed from where he is and give a place with security to support him 24/7, 7 days a week, because they can now see that the threat level on Igboho is high. There was also a particular day that there was some kind of security around Igboho, that the government of Benin Republic drafted more policemen again to give Igboho extra security. Eventually, when Igboho's mother died, President Talon requested to see Igboho one-on-one. He apologized. Or rather, he also felt that Igboho's mother that died definitely had to do with the reason why Igboho has been kept in the custody. President Talon told Igboho that they had no choice than to protect him, because there was pressure coming from Nigeria, as at the time Buhari was in office, so that Igboho can be returned back. And he needs to make sure that, according to the laws of the international law and the Constitution of Benin Republic, that since Igboho did not commit a crime in Benin Republic, he was only traveling, as many of you have done so in the past, using Benin Republic airport to travel out. Since Benin is also an ECOWAS country that Nigeria is, so you have a right to move within an ECOWAS country. Igboho did not live in Benin at the time. He was only traveling past Benin Republic, and there is no evidence that Igboho was operating any criminal activities inside Benin Republic. So that is the reason why he had to protect Igboho from the danger that they spotted. And that is why Igboho is still enjoying the freedom between Germany, where the family lives, and the wife, and Benin Republic, a place he has called home since the Yoruba Obas pushed him out. While, as we witness today, many Yoruba people continue to be killed by the Fulani terrorists within Nigeria and within the Yoruba land. Let's go back to Yoruba Nation. Akintoye Igboho, right, Tinubu, last year, April. Omakwe, 5 days from today, that we wrote a letter to Tinubu. This time around, Tinubu must prepare for us, because when we shut down Southwest, Tinubu will react. That reaction will lead to crisis, anarchy, and chaos. It might lead to death. But every death that occurred during the rally, Tinubu will be held fully responsible as the Chief Commander Officer of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And if care is not taken, it has been done in the history before. If care is not taken, and we end up as Yugoslavia, where Yugoslavia president, as at the time, was told that Yugoslavia was due to break up. But they refused to allow the breakup of Yugoslavia. But today, Yugoslavia still end up breaking up. But the Socialist Federal Republic of Yugoslavia dissolved between 1989 and 1992. So those of you Nigerians that are saying Nigeria cannot break up, that is a lie. Countries break up, and Nigeria will also break up. And the breakup of Nigeria kickstart from 2025. The Socialist Federal Republic of Yugoslavia dissolved between 1989 and 1992, preliminarily due to the rising nationalist and ethnic tensions following the death of Giuseppe Broz Tito in 1980. The Yoruba people should have left Nigeria after the annulment of the election of Abiola in 1993. But nítorí àwọn tí wọ́n gbàbọ̀dé fún Yoruba, they did not allow a full exit of the Yoruba people after the 1993. That should have been when Yoruba people should have left. But as usual, some wanted to also have the privilege to taste and enjoy and deprive the Yoruba people. For 25 years, they have deprived Yoruba people. All that will stop. Go by Speaker Le Yoruba, then just Speaker House of Assembly. All those buildings do not belong to you. If you cannot speak up on our behalf to the governors and the deputy, we would have to speak up to you to prepare and beef up for the upcoming rally, because all these activities will not run across Yoruba land. I can tell you that. We will not allow you to run any government within Nigeria on Yoruba land. You would have to go and do that in the north or go to Abuja. And you call any buildings in. The building belongs to us, and we have every right to shut it down when the rally starts. There will be a lot of activities. I am just giving you one out of many. Yoruba land will be shut down for the rally. We'll come back to Yugoslavia in a minute.
If you want to make a full-time income from home working part-time...
We have written Buhari a similar letter prior to Tinubu becoming the president. But as usual, they refuse to respond and accept a peaceful dialogue. But if anybody does not accept a peaceful dialogue, then there will be crises that will lead to a dialogue. If you do not allow peace, then you must allow chaos and crisis, and that could lead to a lot. So we are coming out for rally. It's not the usual rally. It is going to be a long one, and we don't know what the government might be planning as well. But whatever what they plan will not push us out to say, then start thinking that this is not going to be so. The group in the letter alleged that the Fulani have been killing. Did you hear that word? Did you see how the paper in Nigeria is using alleged? Are we telling Nigerians lie, or the international community, that 29,000 Yoruba people were killed from 2015? There is evidence that even more people have been killed during Tinubu's tenure. But the Nigerian newspaper, who are also working against indigenous people, that are telling them lies, that Nigeria will be great one day. Some of them have been writing articles that Nigeria will be great one day for the last 30, 40 years. Some of them have become very old. And the new ones have been shot not to speak out, like we saw my brother that told Sheyi Tinubu to tell him Papa, and the music has now been banned by the NBC in that contraction. So there's nothing called allegedly, but that is what they've written in this article. 29,000 Yoruba people were killed in the 8 years of Buhari's government. More have died even in Tinubu's government. According to the group, the Fulani attacks and killings have led to instability and forced many farmers. Is that a lie? According to Babakitoye, the Fulani attacks and killing. But we can say it now. Just this Sunday, yesterday, I gave you the list of the names of those that have been killed by the Fulanis. I gave you the list. I gave you the names. But many Yoruba people still do not believe what we are saying. Most of them think that we're lying. Most of them think that we're lying, that, the Fulanis are attacking and killing. But the evidence are there. The evidence are there. Some of them think it is all lies. But today, I am grateful that most of you that disagree with Igboho are now calling Igboho to come and help you, because your governors failed to help you. We're just a few minutes to the end of the broadcast. It added that it has no confidence in proposing restructure of Nigeria. It is too late for restructure. You cannot restructure Nigeria. Nobody can restructure Nigeria. The restructure of Nigeria has not been part of the agenda of any government since 1999. Obasanjo fooled Nigerians that they will restructure Nigeria. Yar'Adua did the same thing before he died. Jonathan did the same thing. Buhari doesn't even have any agenda for restructure. What Buhari did was to bring in Fulani agenda into Nigeria. The new government, according to Shetima, says, and I quote, restructure my foot. So where are you going to get the restructure of Nigeria? It will never happen. To move swiftly, the group called for a peaceful negotiation to separate Yoruba nation from Nigeria with the involvement of international observer from the United Nations, African Union, and ECOWAS. And this is where I want us to stick to. Last year, when we wrote the letter to Tinubu, the year before, when we did the same thing with Buhari, we have stated clearly, so that means we will do whatever it takes now to force them to a dialogue where international observer, United Nations, African Union, and ECOWAS, and probably the European Union would then have to involve in the deliberation to allow the Yoruba people to leave Nigeria. But if anybody is mistaking this, that it is not going to happen among these politicians, I will leave the rest for you to think.
You have now written to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to say that Yorubas would like to break away from Nigeria through negotiations. Do you think that President Tinubu will allow his government to sit at a table with some Yoruba people saying they want to break away from Nigeria when Section 2 of the Constitution says that Nigeria is indissoluble and indivisible?
That's what the Constitution of Nigeria says. But the law of Nigeria also, part of the law of Nigeria says that self-determination is a legitimate right.
Well,
because when the United Nations passed the declaration, Nigeria was a signatory to it. Nigeria brought the law, that declaration, to the National Assembly. The National Assembly approved it, and the President of Nigeria signed it. That made it part of the law of Nigeria. The same thing with the Africa Charter of human and people's rights.
But Prof, sir.
The President of Nigeria brought it to Nigeria, took it to the National Assembly. The National Assembly approved of it. Then the President signed it. That makes it a part of the law of Nigeria. And courts in Nigeria have made the statement that fighting for self-determination is not unlawful in Nigeria. So we are not doing anything unlawful.
But sir,
and we have no reason to want to stop it.
But sir, correct me if I'm wrong. The same Nigerian constitution says that even when we sign international covenants and conventions, it becomes law in Nigeria when it is domesticated. Now, you are an Awoist. You were part of the Awo movement and all of that. Awo, the late sage, wanted self-determination in the constitution, 1916, 1963. He never succeeded. And the Nigerian constitution does not allow anybody to say they want to break away from any part of Nigeria. So I don't know. I mean, you are the teacher of history.
The law, the laws of Nigeria allows individual Nigerians or groups of Nigerians to advocate for self-determination for their people. That cannot be contradicted. The laws of Nigeria allows peoples in Nigeria to advocate for the self-determination of their people.
Well, I'm just
that's the law.
Well, but
that's why when we went on rallies and so on, nobody could arrest any one of those boys and girls.
Well, but
because they were acting entirely lawfully.
Okay, Prof.
No, listen. There is in this kind of situation after the folly and the criminal folly by Onitiri and the others, there is a natural reaction. And people are now saying that Nigeria are now saying things that are really not true about Nigeria. The laws of Nigeria allow Nigerians to fight for the self-determination of their people peacefully.
Well, I'll try and check.
And Yoruba people who are fighting peacefully for the self-determination of the Yoruba nation from Nigeria are doing it absolutely lawfully.
But do you have any expectation that President Tinubu will sit down and negotiate for the Yorubas to leave Nigeria when he is himself a Yoruba man? That is the business of the president. He will do what he thinks is good for the country. We will do what we think is good for our own nation from Nigeria. And nobody is disputing the fact that we Yoruba are being destroyed in Nigeria. Last night, only this last night, crowds of young people called me from somewhere in Oyo State that Fulani people had invaded their village and had scattered the whole place. We cannot continue to live like that. If anybody thinks that a people like the Yoruba people will continue to live like that, you are deceiving yourself. You may pander to the Constitution. You may pander to the authorities of the land. But you cannot twist the truth out of existence. That's the thing. You cannot say you do not know that the Yoruba people are under pressure.
in Nigeria. You cannot say that Yoruba people are not being killed and killed in Nigeria. You cannot say that that a group of young men did an estimation of how many Yoruba people have been killed. They think it's up to about 29,000. You cannot put that way. So why are some people behaving as if you're pandering to the government and pandering to the government, to the authorities? Negates the rights of other people. It doesn't.
Well,
no matter how much you pander, you can't tell me, oh, is President Tinubu going to sit with us and so on. It's his duty to sit with us. That's his duty. The law says so.
Well,
we write a letter to the president. It is his duty to answer us. And he can say, no, what you are asking for, I won't grant it. But he has no right to say, he has no duty to tell us, I will not answer your letter.
But sir,
he has a duty to answer our letter.
You raised these same issues under the Buhari administration. President Buhari did not just ignore.
Yes.
He went after Sunday Igboho and he showed that his government will not allow any kind of challenge from anybody, whether Yoruba or Igbo. Why would President Tinubu listen to you, even when you said you were not interested in the election?
The president can say that as much as they like, but the president cannot unilaterally change the law of the land. That's the truth. The president, it is the duty of the president to say, oh, this country, I will preserve its unity. That's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. But that does not negate the lawful right of the people of Yoruba land or whatever part of Nigeria to seek for their self-determination.
But Prof, there seems to be some confusion among the Yoruba elites.
We don't quarrel with the president for saying nobody should want to break up Nigeria. So it's fine. That's what the president is supposed to be saying. But we who know what is happening to our people, who think that the answer is to get out of Nigeria, we have a right to put it to the president and to put it to the world. That's all.
But there seems to be some confusion in Yoruba land. I see that maybe perhaps the generality of the people do not feel as passionate about self-determination. And secondly, there is all kinds of positions. Afenifere is talking about restructuring. You are talking about self-determination.
You don't know this. You don't know the nature of the Yoruba society. You don't. Most of the young people, and they are the majority in Yoruba land, want the self-determination of their Yoruba nation. That's the truth of the matter. That's what is keeping the movement going. And they are also doing so in the diaspora. Yoruba young men and women all over the world want their own country, separate from Nigeria. You cannot deny that. No matter how much you want to pander to the government, you cannot deny that. But that's the truth.
But anyway.
The important thing, however, and I'm surprised that you are not talking about that, is that the Yoruba people who are fighting for self-determination are telling the world and telling themselves that they will do it only peacefully. We are Yoruba. We know our status in the world. We know our status in the black world. We do not want to destroy the peace of Nigeria, and we do not want to bring difficulty into the lives of any other group in Nigeria. But we want to get out of Nigeria. That's it.
Well, Prof, you were a strong member.
And you're not talking about that. You are asking me questions. You are asking me questions as if what Onitiri did has the support of the majority of Yoruba people who want self-determination. It is not true.
Well, Prof.
She has a small minority of a section that is ready to do illegalities. A year ago, they went and attacked a radio station in Ibadan, and so on. Now this year, they are attacking the entire government of Ibadan, and so on. No, but we have never sent anybody to go and do that, and we do not support it or encourage it.
Prof.
And we think it is criminal.
Prof.
And so yeah, the only final solution to that is to separate, so that you have a separate Yoruba country where we can make our own laws and so on, to which we admit only people we want to admit. So nobody can claim that they have a right to come to our land. They don't have such a. But as long as we are in Nigeria, no matter what restructuring is done, they still have the right to come to our land and do the things that we are doing. Nobody is talking about the fact that most Yoruba farmers have been driven from their farms. I am not hearing that. I'm hearing only about government. I'm not hearing about people. You are not talking about the fact that most Yoruba farmers have been driven from their farms, and that the Yoruba nation is in danger of famine upon famine upon famine for years and years to come. You are not talking of the fact that the Fulani declared war on Nigeria on the 24th of January and 26th of January and said that Tinubu is not our president. We are going to Aso Rock. We will take over the seat of government there, and we will use this place to organize the conquest of the rest of Nigeria. You're not talking about that. You are not talking of people who said, no Fulani man must be arrested for the bomb in Ibadan. If you do, you will have bombs in every town in Yoruba, in Nigeria. Nobody is talking about that. Nobody is talking about the sheer insult of living in a country where some people are treating the government like that. You are talking about Onitiri and so on. Why do our...
Well, Prof, let me ask you this. Self-determination that you recommend...
You are entitled to your opinion. You are entitled to your opinion, but what I'm saying is that your opinion rigorously avoids the truth. Rigorously.
Well, Prof...
avoids the truth.
Don't the cast now. Don't hear we seen Yoruba people now don't they talk about this separation of Nigeria. See, may they just divide this Nigeria the way these people want put this thing to make peace deep for inside this country called Nigeria. You know, say this division, but you don't tell we see. Then we talk about this division, make everybody go your own separate way. But this thing seems not to work because you get some people who say that they benefit from all this thing. Now why they don't want to separate this country called Nigeria? As for me, may they separate Nigeria since Yoruba nations want to go and Biafra nation now want to go to make the divide this country since we have Ariwa Yoruba and Yoruba nation and Biafra. Make this country be separated. Make everybody rest because many people now they suffer especially under this Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Everybody they suffer. If you look at the first guy that talking this video, so he even said that okay, Tinubu is not even backing Yorubas when it comes to division. Tinubu is against that Oduduwa Republic now within talk. So if you look at this and the way they go by, very soon now this country, this thing will lead to war because of the way they go. So for me, may they just divide this country, make everybody rest. Because if want to go, Arewa want to go, Yoruba nation want to go. So what's in there they wait for? You know, so even we Nigerians, we are divided already. According to how many people are putting this, we are divided already. Even though Nigeria government never divided us yet, we are divided already. So may they just divide this country. You already hear me now. You get anything where you say you want to talk about this matter, I beg just drop it in the comment section. And also if this is your first time here, please kindly like our video, share and subscribe for you to get our next video. Thank you.